Hey, how are you all doing? Oh my goodness. We have all been just experiencing so much. I mean, we can talk about Trump. We can talk about the pandemic. I mean, the pandemic was like 5 years ago, but the implications of it, what? Still here. But before I jump into that, you know what I'm saying? How are you? Right? Like for real, how are you? If nobody's asked you how you're doing, please know. I want to know, how are you doing today? Are you able to handle the task in front of you without getting overly frustrated? Are you able to deal with conflict and not let it take you off of your true character? Are you able to handle your regular everyday responsibilities? Let me fix my rap. Uh, yes, there we go. Are you able to think about whatever is going on in your life and be honest with yourself about the role you may play or the role others play, right? I know that's an intense way to get started, right? It's just like, what? Huh? I came here just to find out what's going on and get some advices. And you're going to get that. And to get that, you got to be reflective. If you're new to me, I'm Dr. Acquilla Faye. I'm a strategic transformation expert. I'm an educator, a speaker, an entertainer, an author, a mother, a sister, a community member, another entity in this universe, just like you. Another God that understands I control my universe, but I am not the God of all creation, right? But we are responsible for what we create. And coming from the Creator, we have responsibility to just replicate that creative energy, creative thought into our lives, which is why I'm coming to talk about respect. First off, I just want y'all to know I'm loving this purple. Um, I woke up, I meditated last night. How many of you meditate before you go to sleep? And you're able to just reflect on gratitude. That's the favorite way, my favorite way anyway, to go to sleep. And I recommend all my clients gratitude. Just think about what you're happy about in your life, right? Because it really does shift your attitude, it shifts the energy around you, it shifts everything without you even realizing it, okay? And so I really want you guys to take some time to think about that. And in that gratitude, that's showing respect for the Most High, showing respect for yourself, and showing respect for everyone and everything that is a manifestation as a part of your life. If you can respect, hey baby, how are you, Africa? Let's go. Maji, Majo, Maje. Now, right now, I used to stay in Ghana and teach, so it is the afternoon. Majo. I don't know if you're from Ghana, West Africa, but if you're not, still hello, hi, and blessings. Um, you guys, yeah, that respect, right? If you can't respect you, like if, and I'll tell you the truth, I was struggling. The reason that I do the work I do is because I too have struggled. This isn't like, oh, I read some books and oh my God, all of a sudden I am just this guru. Okay? Because you got a lot of people out here just like, I'm a guru because I read a book, I did this, I did that, I studied here, I got accredited there, da 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 da. People love that. People love that. You guys love when people can just list off. So I can list off over 51 awards. Are you going to sit there to hear about them though? And the work that went into getting them? No, not really. And do you really care? No. You going to say, congratulations, good job. And think about that in your life. It's so many things that you can do. And they're like, congratulations, what? I knew you could do it. Ah. And then sometimes them same people, the ones talking crap behind your back, right? They the same people that's praying against you. They the same people that got so much jealousy in themselves. Not even just like towards you, just towards life, right? They don't respect life. They don't respect other people's journeys that they can't celebrate you. But that's okay. That's okay because guess what? That could be just in that moment. It could just be that particular day, they having a mood, and it is what it is. So like I was saying, going through these struggles, right? To get to this point right here was a true journey. I want y'all to walk with me for a minute. I want you to think about yourself maybe yesterday, last month, last year, the last decade, and look at how much you have evolved. And if in your mind you saying I'm still in the same place, and I'm shaking my head no, because I pray that's not it. And I know you're not in the same place. You can't be. It ain't even. It's really not even physically possible, because everything changes in every second and every moment. Your house is shifting. You know, the land move, the wind blow different. So you're always changing. But to the point, right? Since everything's changing, that means we change, right? And I'm sitting up here with you guys on my deck chilling. But there was a point when I was homeless with my son. And people would judge homelessness. People are like, oh, if you homeless, you ain't do what you supposed to do. You out here on drugs, you doing this, you doing that. People always gonna say something negative. The reality is, particularly if you reside in America, no matter how much money you make, unless you are strategically manipulating your funds, you are literally like one paycheck away from being homeless. You are one layoff from being homeless. And I was laid off from a school, right? However, within that journey, so much developed about respecting myself and respecting other people. So when we talk about that, it's like, what were some of the lessons through some of the difficulties that you had you to learn how to respect yourself more, right? So imagine like working at a school, working there every day, dedicated, on time, early, going above and beyond. Children loving you, parents loving you, everything going well, scores are good, but you have a different philosophy than whom you work with. At this particular school, they wanted us to teach elementary children how to read without books by reading to them. I didn't agree with it. So, of course, we had to separate part ways. In your life, what has been a situation where it could have been your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, a auntie, a uncle, where you just did not agree with each other on an approach or a philosophy? And as a result, due to lack of respect, meaning the ability to just be quiet and hear where somebody else is coming from, to get insight into the feelings somebody has, to gain knowledge into what someone is sharing, right? It disrupted, totally disrupted the relationship. And I know that's heavy. It's like, dang, you want me to take responsibility? You want me to really look at myself and think to myself like, how, what did I learn from it? I learned not to mess with them. I learned not to be there. That's what most people gonna say. I learned I don't need to fool with that, right? And that can be true. But why? It's the why. And then you got to ask yourself, how were you in that situation in the first place, right? Where were you at emotionally? Where were you at mentally? Where were you at financially? Where were you at relationally? To where these scenarios that made you feel disrespected or caused you to disrespect somebody else even arose. You know what I'm saying? Like you driving down the street, somebody veer out their lane. You over here, you having a good day. You great, you know. But then they could veer out their lane, and you already having a bad day. You're not gonna respond the same way. But if you don't know yourself to respect yourself, you can't even respect that. Maybe they stressed out that time and they just kind of lost they thought and they real quick got back on it. But this world we in has got us designed to think that everything is so instant like a microwave, right? That we don't have to put no effort into anything. We don't have to put no thought into anything. Everything should be exactly how we think it's supposed to be, when it's supposed to be, the way we think it's supposed to be. I appreciate all of you joining me from the United States, from Africa, from Jamaica, from Russia, from Japan. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. From Mexico, from Canada. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because we are all in this world together. And we got to learn how to respect each other, y'all. Like, not say we respect each other, like, yo, I respect you. But, like, really, for real, respect each other. And when you think about respect, right? What does that look like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like for you? And that goes into knowing yourself. And then once you know yourself, you respect yourself, you'll take the time to know someone else and respect whatever feels good, sounds good, looks good for them, whether it's different or not. Some people like to dap up, the little hand motion. Some people want to hug. Some people just want to wave. Some people are just like little head nod. And that's basic, right? But let's think about something more complicated where someone's dealing with a conflict. They're not quite sure what to do and they're coming to you. The way they come to you, you might have to get them to tone it down a little bit, because respecting you is I'm willing to listen, but I'm not willing to live that situation with you. Please don't yell. Please don't cuss at me. But you can cuss or yell as you telling your story, but don't direct it towards it. You get what I'm saying? We'll have another video about the word you and the power of you and the power of I and my, because languaging makes a big difference. But this respect thing, it's so amazing how once we got our new president, you know, I don't know if our president is Trump or Elon, to be honest with you, for the United States. I think it's both. I think it's both of them at the same time. But they're making so many rules that are causing people to feel comfortable with just blatantly being rude. And then it's also causing people to come out and speak out and start to share history. Give thanks to the men that are out here who look different than me, who are saying, hey guys, we need to know the true history of this country. We need to understand what's going on. We need to respect other people's experience. There was a white gentleman, I apologize, I can't remember his name. He was sharing with a group in a lecture, and he said, you think racism isn't real because you haven't experienced it. You are living under privilege. He said, but when the Indians talk about their relatives have been murdered, that is true. When Chinese people talk about working in the mines and not being treated fairly and sometimes just dying out there, that's true. When people look like me who are copper, black people, are saying you lynching and kidnapping and raping people, that's true. Is it beautiful? No. Is it pleasant? No. Is it real? Yes. You don't have to agree with something to respect it. Respect is just honor. It's honoring where someone's at, right? It's taking the time to understand that, hey, this isn't my experience, but it's an important experience for this individual. And if you care about that individual, if you call that individual your friend, your lover, your co-worker, or just a mentor, your child, you got to understand that your journey is not their journey. Respect that. Honor that. I can use the word honor instead of respect. Honor that we're all different. Honor that everyone has experienced different things. And then within yourself, if that's hard to do, if you like, oh my God, what? I can't. Cause my life, and if you compare it to mine, why are you comparing? That's one of the problems we have in this world. We always want to compare tragedies and compare atrocities, compare successes, compare wins. It's nothing to compare. Everybody is different. That's why we all got different names, different parents, different siblings. Everything is different about us. Every single individual person. Even if you grew up in the same house, you still different. You weren't born on the same day at the exact same time. Even twins was born minutes apart, hours apart, right? You're never exactly the same as anybody. And once you come to terms with that, right? Once you come to acceptance of just that one simple fact, we're all different. Then that false mentality of perception is reality. Perception is the reality you choose to accept. Reality is everything that's going on around us all the time that we may or may not even know about. You know, for real. And I give thanks for those of you who are hanging on to this point right here, because this is where it gets good. This is where the juicy juice come in. This is like yo, this is where it's about to get. It's about to be like, yes. It's gonna go from stinky stinky to yes, we winning, right? One. If we want to like really change the world, take time with yourself. Take time to give gratitude. Number one, take time to give gratitude, aloud or in a journal, in your mind. Give gratitude, because as you reflect on things that are good, in your life that you're happy for. Having food in the house, having a car that works, having feet that can support your body, having skin to cover your muscles and your tissue, having shoes to put on. Your children are alive. You able to support them and help them thrive. Your partner, your spouse is doing well. If you're single, you are living in a place where you can do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it. You work a career, you work a job. You have stable income. As an entrepreneur, what are some wins that you have? Think about the wins in your life. Think about the things that are going well, despite how bad the day is. You even got the emotions to be mad. Some people have no emotions. I have worked with people, particularly when you have different neuro linguistic differences, right? It's just not happening automatic. It takes a lot more effort. So starting to give gratitude. Oh my God, I got dirty dishes in the sink. Well, how'd you get dirty dishes? Oh, because we ate food. How'd you eat food? Because you had the money to get the food. Did you cook the food? Did you buy the food? Either way, all of these things add up. Have some gratitude for that, because a lot of things we complain about come from a lot of our wins. Oh man, I gotta put gas back in the car. Well, why is that? Because you was driving. When you was driving, the gas left the car, but then you had the money to go put some more gas in your car, right? Oh my God, this person getting on my nerves, but I'm gonna see them at the birthday party this weekend. Okay, why was they getting on your nerves? Is it because you was not in a space and you just didn't speak up, or is it because they was in a space and you didn't know how to keep up? You know, but gratitude that you even had the opportunity to experience that moment. You get what I'm saying? And to be able to move forward through it. So number one, gratitude. Number two, accept that we're all different and you don't know somebody's journey until you listen to them to learn it. That's it. I experienced homelessness, but my homelessness don't look like the same individuals that I stop and give food, water to, prayers with, that are on the corner or wherever they are. I still had places to stay, but homelessness has different faces. Just like abuses have different faces, just like bank accounts have different faces, just like parenting has different faces, relationships have different faces. Take the time to make that a joyous thing. Like, yo, how exciting can it be, right? Like, imagine this. If you really took the time to hear somebody's story and learn it, and like you showed a genuine interest, ask questions, pause as they was getting into deep parts and everything like that, it's better than TV because you're dealing with somebody you can touch, right? You can actually physically reach out to this individual, right? That's so much more exciting than just turn on your TV. Though the TV is relaxing, right? Number three, honor your own journey. Honor your own journey. You don't have to get validation. You don't have to prove it. But what you do have to do is with yourself is accept it, honor it, and know that every experience that you have had has shaped you into who you are today. And number four, if you can do one, two, and three, have gratitude, accept that we're all different, and take the time to build that relationship, and honor your journey. It's going to be so much easier to respect each other, meaning whatever boundaries someone has set up, you're not going to get defensive about these boundaries because you understand that's a boundary for somebody that you care about. And if you don't care about that person, meaning you don't have a personal relationship, that doesn't mean that um, they don't matter. When you see people in the store, you driving down the street, if you respect yourself in those first three things, you're going to be more open and observant of how your energy is radiating. You're going to be more perceptive of what's happening around you. You're going to be more in tune with what you hear, what you see, what you feel. It's going to develop and evolve. Now, these are skills. These are not just thoughts, but every skill begins as a thought, and it begins as a desire to do something different, you know, or to do something better, or to stop doing something in general if it's not causing you to have successes that you want to have, right? But respecting each other, man. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and end it with this, and I'm gonna come back on a little bit later. You know, I look forward to the feedback, the comments that you guys are gonna have, to you sharing. Make sure you subscribe, share this video with other people. Respecting each other, man. All of us, all of us, all of us. have our own struggles, our own journeys, our own difficulties, our own successes. And I know you're like, she done said that. And you're like, yeah, I have, and I'm going to keep emphasizing it. There's no need to hate, and we have more power than we give ourselves. And the power starts here and here. Okay? This is where we need to be. Okay? We need to go back into our solar plexus. We need to go back into our heart. We need to go back into our third eye. Really connect and align. We need to ground ourselves so that we can, within ourselves, have the patience and tolerance to first respect ourselves. How do you know you're respecting yourself? Because you're going to feel good about the way you treat yourself. You're going to be excited about the things you say to yourself. You're going to uplift yourself. Instead of looking in the mirror and be like, oh man, I could do. You're going to be like, you know what? That was challenging. Whew. I might need some help. I might need to take a break for a minute. Whew. That was a lot. You're going to say, man, my body's saying I'm thirsty. You're going to actually take a drink because I'm thirsty right now. I ain't going to lie to y'all. Let me go ahead and get this. You're going to hear your body talk to you. And you're going to listen to it. Oh, man, I've been sitting still too long. I need to stand up and stretch. You're going to do it. You got to start with learning to hear yourself so you can honor yourself and respect yourself. Once you do that, it's going to radiate and vibrate. And you're going to start having more people around you who respect you. You're going to start experiencing more loving experiences. You're going to start experiencing more joy and prosperity in your life. And is it overnight? Yes. But is it overnight where you go from here to here? No. Because you didn't get here overnight either. You didn't get here overnight. And nor did you get here overnight. And no matter where you are, all the levels are equal because we all have a different journey, a different purpose in this world. And it's so important to recognize that. Y'all see that green? Like gratitude, right? Starting with one. Look at that. Imagine your life when you just take time to appreciate them small things and respect them small things. You know, I love to hear from y'all some of the things that you're looking at for gratitude, some of the things that you take for granted. No worries. I'm going to be back. We're going to talk about it some more. And those of you out here who are like, man, this is really resonate with me. I want to learn how to respect myself more. I want to learn how to create boundaries, right? I want to learn how to better myself. You know, I know what the words mean. I know what I've seen. I know what I've been told before, but it ain't connecting. And then for those of you who are leaders of leaders, my God, for real, we gotta step it up, man. We gotta step up what we doing. We gotta step it up. You know what I'm saying? We can't just continue to be quiet. I chose to be quiet. I'll do a video on that later on why I chose that. And share some things with you. But it was me respecting myself. And me respecting myself was being quiet. And that might help some of you. Sometimes you got to be quiet. You got to sit back because you might have been out here too much. Like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. And it's time for you to be like this. And that's cool too. Right? It's okay to pull back. You don't have to be out there with everybody. When you're respecting yourself, you know you hear it, you hear the voice, you hear the sounds. Honor it. Honor yourself first so we can shift this world. If each of us honor ourselves, we're going to create a whole nother vibration, a whole nother frequency. We're going to start respecting each other more. It's just going to connect. It's going to flow. Trust me. Trust me. I go to the store, people open doors for me. And I hear people complain, don't nobody open no door for people no more. That's your energy. That's your energy. You ain't respecting yourself, so ain't nobody else respecting you or noticing you. People don't want to ask you how you doing. That's your energy. Somebody got to tell you. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people out here. And everybody's 1 in a billion. However, when you meet the 1 in a billion that's a jewel for you, make sure you treasure it. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I'm Dr. Acquilla Faye. Check out tribetransform.com. TRIBETRANSFORM.com. If you want to learn more about me, go to AquillaFaye.com. I appreciate you guys. I love you all. And let's go ahead and learn how to respect and honor ourselves so we can respect and honor each other. And we can like combat some of this craziness that's happened. Mwah, 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 mwah. And in the meantime, check out Grown Folks Talking Live. It's a podcast with Dr. Faye, Faye. It's on iHeart. It's everywhere. It's on Spreaker. There's some good interviews on there, some good information on there that can help you in multiple areas of your life: finances, health, education, familial, entrepreneurship. All from the standpoint of how do you maintain work-life balance. And work-life balance is what's going to bring us into respect, because when we balance out ourselves, we balance out what's around us. And the scales become more even and an equal playing ground. So let's go out here and play together, guys. Let's make it fun. Love you. Peace, 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 and peace.